Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 7th episode of Kawaikereba Hentai Demo Skini Natte Kuremasu. And last episode, Fujimoto, we found out more about her. She likes to sniff. That's what she's into, so fair enough. So let's get into this episode and see how our search for Cinderella progresses, because it's probably not her. So 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, my neck kind of hurts. I think it's because of a weird way I laid. But, oh well. But boy, does it hurt when I tilt it like that. Well, they are, but they're important to you, so that's what matters. Wow. Some high praise there. I don't know, that was actually kind of nice. I don't know, just... She went from talking about stars to being very poetic about her love interest there. So I guess we'll advance on that plot line, probably. Just the sneaking gets me every time. Where are you hauling off that cart full of children to anyway? I can't help but wonder. Was there a sale or something? Nothing like playing cards with the harem. And back into it. Well, the recapping. Yeah, they're all perverts, and you know Cinderella could be a pervert as well. You should consider that. Yes, we should probably get it off. So yeah, conclusion of this. Well, you're a third wheel, so. Yeah, it seems to be going very well. He hasn't found out the truth yet, though, I guess. Yeah, that's when the real question of whether or not it will last comes when he gets that realization. Well, you need to be with somebody for that. You can't just be a third wheel, so. Who are you gonna invite? Dating master, let's not exaggerate. Yeah, we all. I love how that's the line that scene ended on. There was no follow-up, no response, just ended. I don't know. Just pick which one would cause the least of a scene. But that's hard to say who that would be. I don't know, I'd probably take Fujimoto. Not just not a bad idea, but I don't think I'd want to listen to the conversation she'd want to have, so. Yeah, at least pretend. Okay. I guess she was invited. A little bit nervous over there, Koharu. uh, Very clearly. Well, maybe you should have seen the title of the episode then. Yeah, shush, shush. That's a secret. You can't talk about that. Yes, not very good at all. That's basically just a bit, yes. Yes. It's not that complicated. That seems reasonable to me. So it's her first time. I guess we'll have to show her how it's done. Because you were the one that invited her? Like, shouldn't that be obvious? She want to spend time with you? Usually you wouldn't bring your pet to the bowling alley, but... Of course it would. You need to have some kind of penalty game to make it fun. Crazy. That's not a bad point. She really is, isn't it? She... Rude. I'm sure she's better than you. You really are just pushing your luck, aren't you? Something lewd, definitely. I guess that works, but does it have to be the face? It depends. I imagine at some points she's going to let it slip that Koharu's older than she lets on. Good job, Koharu. Who could have seen that coming? Of course. Wow, Koharu doing well. I'm sure by the time the scene ends, the secret will be out of the bag. I'm about 60% sure on that. I mean, mostly Sayuki, that would be the highest chance of doing it. Oh, a camcorder. Of course, makes sense. Should invest in a GoPro. Close. That's a good point. That excuse does not work indoors. Just say it's your fashion. You know, it's your... Okay, that was actually a good one to use on him in particular. I heard it. But yeah, no need to be ashamed of that, but we know that's not the real reason. But if it was, I would tell her that. Like, no, you're perfect. Don't worry about it. Maybe. What to do with Shoma? Knowing this show, you should be worried. Yeah. Oh, that was good. Really? I expected a bit more than that, but I guess that's what you wanted. As long as that's all you release, we don't need a mess here. It is not a no. Yes, just you'd be more than happy. He's easy to please. You know, if it's a lolly doing it, which makes sense. And yeah, they got through it through the day without the secret being revealed, so I guess I was wrong. But by the time the episode ends, I'm still pretty sure it will be. One way or the other. It will be out of the bag. It wouldn't be called conclusion otherwise. I'm happy for you. Yeah, the blackmail, remember? Well, that's good. He's really not. He's a very typical harem protagonist like that. And that's what matters to her. Oh, nice. I was gonna say something before you said that, but I was gonna say it is funny to hear some people call her senpai and then see her call other people senpai. I'm not sure how true that is, but it couldn't hurt. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Hopefully this goes well. I don't want him to do a 180 and, you know, be mean to her, so hopefully this goes well. I still don't really get how her being a third year would be a deal breaker to begin with, but it is him, so you never know. She's just so cute. How could you not like her? Okay, here we go. We're getting to it. Yes, you gotta stalk the situation, otherwise how would you know about it? I'm glad you're at least aware of that. Are we gonna do it here? Uh... 1 year ago. Does he remember? That's a long time for a high schooler. Stop moving down there, cat. Yeah, it's really high up. Oh, actually not as high as I thought. And he's probably just about tall enough to get it. So I guess that kind of worked out. Yeah, if she looked at me with those eyes, I couldn't help but help her out as well. Did he not even say anything? Did he really just give it to her right away? All cool, like... And that's all it takes for, you know, an anime girl. And now she's gonna show you what's under there. In public. Yeah, that color. That color means she's a third year. Yes, I knew you were a lolicon and I just had to hide the fact that I wasn't quite as lolly as you might have hoped for. But here we go. What's his... that's not good. I have a lolicon? What? That sentence didn't make sense. But, whatever. I'm gonna assume it meant I am a lolicon because that makes no sense. But anyway, the point is, it did not go well, unfortunately. Yeah, I hope you feel bad about what you just did. Horrible. I don't think you're gonna find better than her, honestly. So you might want to reconsider this. He's like 95% your preference, so I really wouldn't be so anal about it if I were you. I don't want to see her be all sad. So cute. At this point, yeah, I'm pretty convinced Koharu is best girl in this show. Just it didn't truly click in my head until just now, I don't think, but yeah, she really is. And I figure she's not after the protagonist. Just sneaking these little mediocre shots. They probably get better over time. Koharu. Why is it translated like that? He is just... Oh, really? I'm glad you at least could acknowledge that much. And, and why did you reject her? Yeah, I'm glad she grew that out. I should hope so. Basically broke mine as well. But were they as small and cute as her? I don't think so. Yeah, so you should really reconsider. Koharu. Yes. Nothing wrong with having, a type, but you have to kind of realize that it's just a guideline, not a rule book you have to stick to. If you like a girl, then just be with her. Even if she doesn't completely fit your preferences, which I think is kind of the lesson here. But anyway, just don't make Koharu cry, that's my point. Not your fault, Koharu. Yes. Yeah, age is just a number. Just get over it. Okay, this is interesting play you're making here. Well, they are, so just goes without saying I'll fight you on that, Keiki. Yeah, it's... Yes, I do agree with you on that. uh... uh... It's not even that much of an age difference, like, seriously. Yes. I'm kind of right over here, guys. You kind of being pretty mean to me. Uh, yeah, we weren't trying to call you a criminal or anything. Just don't be silly. uh, Rehabilitation period. I guess you would be perfect for that. I guess that's something. Can you accept that? Yeah, you were not the protagonist of this anime, just so you know. Man, getting totally... Wow, getting completely called out on that. Did not quite expect that response. Because I have seen so many rom-com anime, you know. It's pretty funny, though. Okay. And there we go. We got mutual ground here. There we go. Yes, I'm glad things worked out as best they could. Because type of room it is. Oh yeah, the pictures he's gonna see, isn't he? That might be a bit awkward. But we already agreed to be friends, you can't take that back. If you get creeped out. Well, that would be terrifying. That would terrify me if I was in a picture with... If I was in a room with pictures of me all over. It would scare me. I'd probably pass out. No shame. These are all my pictures. I worked hard on them. I said it was too late to... I said it was too late to take it back. Well then. Yeah, that episode was pretty squarely focused on Koharu and her relationship. But yeah, it was a really good episode. Koharu is amazing. I don't know, the way they translated Lolicon was a little weird sometimes. Like, I know it's supposed to stand for Lolita Complex, and they kind of treated it that way in some of the sentences, but it just sounds awkward in some of the ways they phrased it. Like, I'm not gonna call it a bad translation or anything, it was just weird and awkward for me, personally. Of course, half the time they said Lolicon, they didn't even actually transliterate it, they just translated around it. But yeah, Koharu is just too good for him, I'll just say that. But I just, you know, her and Keiki just roasting him and then him walking in on it was great. That may have been the highlight of the episode. I don't know, that was pretty funny. Oh geez, what happens? Well, somebody's Cinderella. Did not know the prince wore panties, but that's unfortunate. Yeah. Okay, that was the 7th episode of Kawaikereba Hentai Demo Skinny Natte Kuremasu. And this episode, like I said, it was pretty much entirely on Koharu's relationship with Shoma. I don't know why I have so much trouble remembering his name. It was said so many times in the episode. I think it was Shoma. But anyway, yeah, because their relationship was based on a lie, because he doesn't like older women, and she's an older woman. I mean, barely. Just they're all in high school. It's really not much of an age difference at all. So I feel like it's really overblown regardless. But anyway, she is technically an older woman, senpai, 3rd year, and that secret was just kept from him because he wouldn't like her if he found out the truth. So our plan was basically get some kind of relationship going, get him to like her for who she is, not what she is, and then reveal the truth was kind of the more or less formula. However, with that sort of thing, you never know exactly how long you'll need to do it for it to matter. You know, because it's kind of a tricky balancing act, because if it's a secret for too long, they might get mad at you for lying to them. I mean, that would probably happen regardless, but I don't know, just, it really depends. But anyway, that was a secret. We went on a little bit of a double bowling date, which I don't know if that really accomplished a lot, but it gives Sayuki so I don't know why I call her Saki so much. Sayuki some screen time, and she appreciated that, even though I think she had I have big boobs written on her face or something, so that was great. And she did get Shoma to call her. No, she did get Shoma to let her call him Shoma-kun. So I guess that was something that she got from that. So I guess that's something. But yeah, Koharu's also really good at bowling, apparently. Did not know that. But I kind of had a feeling she would be, considering the flags that Sayuki was raising. All that stuff, like, yeah, we should do a punishment game. I mean, Koharu probably sucks at bowling anyway, so even though I suck, she probably sucks worse. Like, the more she said things like that, the more, you know, you knew how this was gonna go. Let's be honest. Let's see. Yeah, Shomi is his name. I just want to confirm that real quick, because I'm probably going to be talking about him a lot in this discussion. But anyway, Keiki has helped her a lot in this relationship, but she finally decided she was going to, you know, cut him off and just go it alone. She put on her special panties and went off to confess to him, and did it the best of her ability. And she did it, and he rejected her, which I had a strong feeling he would, you know, because of circumstances, but I was still really hoping it would go well. I was hoping he would just be like, oh, that's a bit of a shock, you know, but I like you, so it's fine. Like, that's kind of what I was hoping for, even though if I knew it wasn't really going to be like that. And then I had to see Koharu being all sad and even straight up crying, and I just didn't like seeing any of that. Got me pretty mad at Shoma, to be honest. But luckily, Keiki went to go have a bit of a chat with him. So, yeah, basically trying to let him know that it was a mistake to reject her like that. And even Shoma clearly regretted it. He's rejected girls before, but never had it affected him that much, because he knows deep down that he likes her. And he just rejected her because it was supposed preferences that she doesn't perfectly align with, even though she aligns with it pretty heavily. I mean, physically, so I really don't see why you can't just round up in that case. But yeah, he had a pretty big hang up there, I guess. Even though I really don't think he could ever hope to find somebody that fits his preferences more than her. Like, there could theoretically be someone like that out there, but this is someone that like goes to his school and knows him and already likes him and willing to go pretty far for him. Like, I really don't. I think you should. I don't want to call it settling, but you really should just look at what's ahead of you and take it for what it is. I don't think of a good way to phrase that without it sounding like settling, but hopefully you kind of get what I'm trying to say here. She's a catch, even if she's not, you know, your imaginary fantasy completely, you know. Probably the best I'm going to get in phrasing that. Because Koharu is really amazing. Like, I can't really think of any real flaw with her character. Like, most of the girls in the show are, you know, perverts, degenerates, you know. So, and Koharu really isn't. I mean, the weirdest thing about her is that she kind of stalked Shoma for a while and has all those pictures up. But that's really not all that bad. It's really not. Especially since that's pretty typical anime stuff. So, like, she quite clearly is the best, most normal, cutest, nicest, you know, just all-around perfect waifu in the entire show. Like, I mean, I guess if you're not a big fan of small breasts, then maybe she would not be quite as good for you. But if you are, which Shoma clearly is, she's clearly a catch. So, just it's so frustrating seeing Shoma like not just it was just really frustrating. Okay. But luckily, you know, we were able to talk things out. He went back over to where she was to talk, you know, and while Keiki and her were in the middle of roasting him, which was great. But anyway, yeah, he walks in there, pretty much apologizes and offers to be friends, and was gonna go off and decided that maybe to use her to go through like a rehabilitation period or whatever he called it, which is just kind of hilarious, you know. But whatever. And I love her initial response, even if it was a joke, of course. But her idea, like, what, are you some kind of rom-com protagonist that can't make a real decision and does these cop-outs? And I don't remember exactly what you said, but it was basically something like that, comparing him to a rom-com protagonist. And yeah, that was a great response. But in the end, she did agree to the whole being friends at first thing. See how it goes. However, it went a little bit downhill when the pictures were all revealed, admittedly, but I'm sure you'll get over that soon enough. Not that big of a deal. But yeah, she just went to town on him during that one little part there. It was great. But like I said, the entire episode was really good. Probably one of the best of the show so far. Maybe the #1 episode of the show so far. It's hard to say. You pretty much had everything. It almost felt like a different show because it was so not focused on the protagonist, you know? But yeah, I'm glad that had a more or less positive ending, like more positive than it was going to be initially when she first, you know, confessed to him, so that's good. So yeah, that's all. I think that's all I really have to say on this episode. It was great. Probably going to be the best episode in the show going forward. Like, I doubt it'll be able to top that. But next episode, I think we're going to get back to work on figuring out the Cinderella thing. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.